Hey guys, Tammy Anderson Ward. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you here with us today. One of the things that I have come to know about this amazing world that we live in today is how important connection is. And I've had several people tell me over the years that one of my gifts or one of my abilities, my skill sets, whatever you want to call it, is that I'm a master connector, that I love, absolutely love being able to connect with people and connect them to resources and people who they might be able to benefit from and learn from. And I am just so ecstatic to be here to introduce to you today some of our amazing um, guest speakers. And I'm going to go ahead and have you guys just chime in and tell me where you're coming in from. If this is your first time being here, welcome. Thank you so much for being a part of this particular show today, where we're going to be highlighting some of our spotlight speakers for our conference this coming weekend. They're going to be giving you guys a taste, giving you a little bit of a a nibble, I guess you could say, for what is going to be happening at the conference this weekend. And we do, of course, have amazing conference tickets that we'll be doing as giveaway the first 30 minutes here. So if you're interested in participating either live at the conference or as a virtual ticket as well, we've got free tickets free, so stay tuned for that. But go ahead and comment below. Let us know where you're coming in from today, and I will go ahead and start introducing our guest speakers for today, for this morning. So Shelley Jo Wallstrom is going to be starting us out at 10:40, and she's going to be talking about calming the crazy with amino acids, nutrition, and hypnotherapy. And funny story, when I reconnected with Shelley Jo, it was at a Piano Guys concert down in Salt Lake City, and it was a few years ago. And I came across her in the hall, and I was like, "Oh, hi! I know her." And I had a double-decker sugar, I mean, completely packed with sugar, right, ice cream cone, and I'm licking my ice cream cone, and I said, "So what are you doing these days? Like, what have you been up to?" And she said, "Oh, I help people get off of sugar." And I'm like, "Really? So you're helping people get off of sugar?" And here I am, and I'm just like, having so much fun eating my ice cream cone. And so it was just kind of a funny little, I guess, coincidence that you could say that um, happened to bring us to that particular state. And kind of funny how we reconnected with each other, but went ahead and have just been having so much fun. So I want to go ahead and just double check to make sure that my Facebook Live is working. And it doesn't look like it is where I want it to be. So let me just double check one thing. See if I am live now. There we go. Now it looks like it is working. Awesome. Fun stuff. Okay, so that is our first speaker. And so she's going to be talking specifically about overcoming cravings with sugar. If that is something that you have struggled with or you've dealt with in the past, or maybe you have a loved one who is also experiencing that same thing. Sugar is an inflammatory food, and it definitely has caused some issues and some chaos inside of my own body in the past. And I've been really grateful to be able to kind of get a handle on that and not have those sugar cravings like I used to. That's for dang sure. And one of the ways that I was able to kick that was with Shelley Jo's help. And as a professional hypnotherapist who really specializes in helping people with their overall homeostasis, she is just an expert at this. And I absolutely am so thankful, so grateful for her in all that she does. So she's going to be giving some tips on how to use amino acids today, specifically with those who struggle with cravings and emotions and weight gain even. So that's going to be Shelley Jo. And then at 11 o'clock, we're going to be having the amazing Tyler Watson. And Tyler Watson is the creator of the alignment effect. The alignment the abundance alignment technique. And I've had quite a few of my own clients and people who I've done sessions with who've told me that they've done work with him and have been really grateful and impressed with the work that he does. So he helps people with all kinds of different things. It could be a food item that they have been allergic to. It could be an emotion or an experience, something that they've been overcoming with trauma. And he helps them with some of his amazing energy techniques. So I'm really thankful for both Shelley Jo speaking at 10:40. And then our next speaker, who is Tyler Watson, he will be speaking at 11 o'clock. Followed up with that at 11:20 is Joy Beck, who is from Idaho Falls, Idaho. And that's where she lives now. That's not where she's from. But she offers harmonic light therapy, foot zoning. She is also certified in emotion code. And she's also taken several of my advanced energy wellness classes. And she's just a true gift, joy, literally, wherever she goes. She sprinkles sunshine. She's also been a school teacher for like 26 years. Yeah, 26 years. And as a teacher of littles, she has just learned so many different things to help them recognize and embrace their greatness. And so if you're looking for some tools to be able to help your kids or your teens, Joy has got some really great stuff. I'm so excited. She's literally known as Miss Happy Pants. Like, she just is such a wonderful, wonderful soul. I love her so much. And I'm excited for her to be coming on today at 11:20 and speaking. So if you know Joy, give her a shout out. Yes, there is so much goodness here today. I'm so excited as well. Lots of fun stuff happening. At 11:40, this is my BFF that's going to be speaking. She's from Washington, and she's going to be talking about spiritual profiling and doing some live profiling, teaching you guys how to recognize and how to learn when your body and your spirit are communicating with you, and how to be able to overcome blocks that you might be having, how to recognize and release your limiting beliefs and remove negative vibrations from your epigenetic layers. So I'm super honored and thankful for her to be able to be speaking today. She'll be giving you guys, again, a taste of what is coming at the conference, but you're going to be able to really glean a lot from her presentation today. And then at noon, we'll be having Benjamin King, who is the creator and founder of the Blue Petal Foundation. He's a certified medical Qigong practitioner and hypnotherapist. And in 2018, when he founded the Blue Petal Foundation, which is Utah's premier medical Qigong certification school, he really opened up doors for a lot of people. And I've talked to single moms that have been to his school before and become certified, and they've shared with me about how much it opened doors for them, how much it helped really change their life, shift their perspective, how it in many ways even saved their lives. And because sometimes when you're in the middle of trauma and emotional hardships, you don't really see a way out. And for a lot of people that I've talked with, Benjamin King has been able to help them how to teach them and how to learn how to balance their own energy, so they're not always reliant upon other people. His class is called Generating Your Own Energy Economy. And for those of you who are going to be attending our VIP reception tonight, he is actually going to be leading you through some interactive medical Qigong practices, in not just talking about it, but teaching you and literally doing it with you. And then, of course, I'll be speaking a little bit tonight at the VIP reception, and then we'll be followed up with Carrie Anderson's team at My Mind Body Collective. They'll be doing meditation. So for any of our speakers or our vendors that would like to come, and any of our VIP crowd, and for those of you who have a general session ticket, if you would like to also participate by upgrading your ticket, there are still some spots left. Let me know if you're interested in doing that. You can Facebook message me and we'll totally get you in on that. But yes, VIP tickets come with all of the audio recordings for the whole conference. They get the VIP reception tonight. They also get front row seating, the swag bag, which is valued at more than $200. Lots and lots of goodies in there today. So it's really exciting. Yes, thank you so much. It looks like I've got Shauna on. Hi, Shauna. Amy Winsett. Hey, girl, from South Ogden. I love your new headshots, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Christine. Hi, Pam Cheney from Arizona. How are you, my friend? You look beautiful in this picture. Laura. Hi, Laura. Where are you from? Let's see. Amy Zampidri Brusco. How are you, girl? Sheila from St. George. So happy to see you on here as well. And Sherilyn, how are you? I'm so excited to get to see you at this upcoming conference as well. It's sure going to be a fun event. And you know, in years past, this will be our 9th year doing conferences and retreats and all of these amazing connection opportunities, which we're so excited to be able to offer. And I just want to say, like, from the bottom of my heart, how meaningful it has been to be a bridge for so many who didn't really know that much about energy medicine. They didn't really know that much about all of the different alternative practices and therapies and products that there have been. And I've been really, really thankful to be able to be a bridge for so many. I've heard stories from people that say, we couldn't figure out what was wrong with my daughter. She hardly could even move her head. We went into one of the practitioners and she's fine now. She got her life back. And thank you, Mike White, for sharing that story about the holistic dentist that you took your daughter to and about how much it helped her. I had no idea of the poisoning that can happen from old faulty root canals and all of that kind of stuff. I had no idea about that kind of stuff. And that's the thing, is I don't know about all this stuff. You know, I'm the student of this work. I have the practitioners and these experts come in and I'm learning so much as well. So I am like beyond grateful for all of this. Oh, hi, Lindsay. How are you? So happy to see you on here. I've been following you lately. I'm geeking out on all of your cute comments. You're so fun. I hope I get to meet you soon. Hi, Drew. How are you? Clinton, Utah. I used to live there. Catherine Hall. Hi. I used to live in Provo too. Oh my gosh. I used to live in Amino. I used to live in all these places. That's what you get when you go to 19 different schools before you graduate, right? So kind of fun. I'm going to go ahead and put a link down in the comments. That's basically saying it's the link for the Energy Healing Conference website. Yes, there are absolutely a recording opportunity for you to be able to get in on. In fact, Kathy, will you post the link for the audio recordings in the comments so that people can see that as well? If they're not able to come to the conference for whatever reason, they can still get in on that, and that's definitely a huge bonus. If you would like a virtual ticket, I do have some giveaways I'll be doing for that as well in just a moment. But I wanted to go ahead and start off with some giveaways. So if you don't mind, if you would go ahead and enter by doing 2 easy, super easy steps. The first one is just to share this video, whether it's you're viewing on Facebook, you can do it on Facebook. If you're watching this on a different way, you can go ahead and share it on your profile wherever you are. And once you share it, go ahead in the comments and let me know that you shared it, because everybody who shares, we're automatically going to hook them up with something free right now. And this is how you're going to let me know too. So you're going to click share the video, and you can say what, you know, I'm entering for a giveaway, or I love this conference, whatever you want to say. I know I want it to be heartfelt, right? But you can go ahead and share that. And then when you're done sharing, in the comments, you're going to put C for a conference ticket or V for a virtual conference ticket. And then my team will message you and let you know the link that you need to click on to claim those tickets. And that needs to be done by about 1 o'clock today in order for you to be able to be qualified for that. So if you are interested in coming to the conference, whether it is live at the conference in Layton, Utah, where you can come and give me a hug or check out all the vendors, go to the classes live. There's all these different things that you can do. Or you can also stay at home if you are out of state, or if you're not feeling well, or you have to work, or whatever it is. You can also participate by getting a virtual ticket. Now, the virtual ticket doesn't have every single class on the entire schedule, but it does have our main stage classes. And those of you who have been at our conferences before as a virtual attendee, maybe you've noticed that we have had to do a learning curve. We didn't know all the stuff that, to do and what not to do, but we're upgrading everything that we do. So the audio is going to be amazing. The presentation that the people will be putting up on the screen you'll be able to see it here, and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for you to be able to get in on that. That will be available for 1 week after the conference. And again, that's only the main stage speakers, but you have classes that go from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The last class of the day, we added a bonus speaker, and that's Angie Christensen for you. She's going to be teaching a 2-hour class on homeopathy and how to have your own urgent care in your home. And for those of you who are familiar with kind of like a little bit about my family, we have 8 kids, my husband and I know, crazy. We have 8 kids. And when our family has something like somebody is under the weather or something, we actually go for homeopathy more than almost anything else. I find that my energy responds super well to the subtle energy frequencies. So I'm so excited for everyone to get to learn that as well. And she'll be teaching that from 6 to 8 p.m. If you do not yet have a ticket, make sure that you comment down in the comments here, and I will have my team be messaging you and letting you know all of this awesome stuff, what you can do. So it's going to be great. Oh, I don't even know why that comment just appeared. Sorry, Sarah. She's like, what is going on? That was so funny. Okay. I know. I'm like still new to this. Okay. We've been doing this for 1.5 years and I'm still new. Oh, this is so great. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link in up across the screen. This is the link for the Latent Energy Healing Conference. You guys can go there. You can learn about all of the speakers, read their bio, see their picture, learn about who they are and why they do what they do. You can also purchase the recordings there. If you are a volunteer or you'd like to sign up to be a volunteer, I would absolutely be honored to have you be on my volunteer staff. You get a goodie bag, you get 2 free tickets automatically. You also get a opportunity to work with me. In fact, we have 2 spots left if you become a room host, where you're going to get a free energy session or business mentoring session with me the week after the conference. In addition to that, all the audio recordings and everything, like it's just a sweet, sweet setup how we got that for you. And then I wanted to tell you about the classes that I'm going to be teaching at the conference as well. And then I want to share a couple of tips about being your own advocate. So 3 classes I'll be teaching at the conference tomorrow. The first one is called What is Energy Healing? And I'm super excited to teach that because as a mom of a whole bunch of kids, I have this stewardship, right? Where I am like, I'm their caretaker. I'm responsible for them. And of course, I love them and I want to do right by them and everything that I can. And energy healing came across my scope of wellness tools clear back when I was just a little girl. My grandmother, who was a nurse for 30 plus years, she ended up learning a lot about holistic practices, reflexology. Anybody else familiar with reflexology? She also became aware of herbs that she could use to help people to heal. So if I got a sore throat when I was a little girl, I would gargle with apple cider vinegar, raw apple cider vinegar, in a little bit of warm water. And sometimes she put a little bit of honey in it, right? Raw honey. But then I would also have cayenne pepper or a cayenne pepper tincture, or she would have us do the lion yoga pose to get rid of a sore throat. Has anybody else ever done anything so weird? Tell me I'm not alone. I have to know that I'm not alone. Because here's the thing, my grandma, she's like my hero, you guys. I love her more than I could ever even say. And I know you guys probably have people in your life also that just really, they've stood out to you. They've shown up for you in ways that you were just really grateful for. Well, that's what my grandma did for me. And so she would teach us these kind of things. Now, fast forward to I'm 17. I moved to New York City. I actually lived in Queens for about 5.5 months. And while I was there, my grandmother mailed me a book called Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. Who's heard of that book? That book by Carol S. Truman, Carol with a K, helped open up my mind to the fact that my thoughts can affect the world around me. It's a really empowering thing, actually, because up until that point in my life, I'd always believed that I was just a victim of my circumstance, that I really didn't have a say on what happened around me, right? And so I remember literally I was like on the fourth floor of this like mall food court at one of my lunch breaks, and I would literally I'm like reading this, and I'm not just reading it, I'm like devouring it. Right? I'm like writing notes in the margins. I have got pages that are dog-eared. I've got post-it notes going on galore. I mean, the spine of this book was like pretty used. We'll just say that. And I absolutely love this book because it helped me to become an empowered person. And I'm so thankful for it. And then fast forward to now I have kids, and that we're starting to have things like earaches or sore throats, just stuff like life. You know what I mean? Just that kind of stuff happens. You're going to get exposed to stuff. And I started to learn about how our emotions can actually affect our physical as well. And so one of my daughters had this earache that freaking would not go away. And I ended up calling this dude that I knew did some weird stuff, but I didn't know what it was exactly. He came over to my house. He did actually what was called body talk. I know some of you are familiar with body talk. And he said, okay, well, she had the emotion of anger that was lodged in her ear, and it wouldn't clear. And he helped her to clear it. And I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful because her earache that she had for almost a solid week up until that point went away within 10 minutes of him being there. And she was about 11 years old when that happened. But I just cannot even tell you how thankful I am as a mom to be able to help her find relief, you know? And then other things too, like I used to have migraines, and I used to cry a lot whenever I would drive. And I actually wouldn't ever allow myself to go more than 55 miles per hour on the freeway because I had trauma from being almost pushed off of the freeway almost completely. And it was like scary for me to get on the road. Well, it kind of changes your quality of life if you can't do the things that you normally do like that. And so it was a big deal for me to be able to release that trauma, release the emotions. Now I can go fast. My kids will tell you I have no problem going over 55 on the freeway now. And anyway, so I'm just so thankful. So as time has gone by, I've learned that learning about energy healing, about how your thoughts affect your world around you, about your vibration, all of this has been so empowering for me as a mom, as a woman, as a person, honestly. And I've had people ask me, why did you start doing these conferences? And from the bottom of my heart, the 100% truth that I started doing these conferences is that I felt a duty or an obligation in order to get the word out to other people. So I'm so thankful for all of you who support us, who show up, who, you've been there for us. And I'm not saying I'm not anti-doctor. I'm not saying that there's not a place for allopathic medicine. I just want to make sure that I'm very clear about that. Okay, like absolutely. But I know that having this information in front of me has just blessed my life in so many ways. So if it has also blessed your life in some way, will you give me some emojis, heart this video, maybe consider sharing this video so that other people can learn other things that they can do for their own health and wellness and just overall well-being. If you haven't said where you're from yet, please go ahead and let us know. I just want to know because I like to connect with people. And I mean, there's some people that are on here every single Friday, and I feel this kinship with you. I feel this friendship and this camaraderie, and I want to continue connecting with you. So the next question is that I want to do is, what is your favorite energy healing modality? What is it that you're familiar with? And what have you tried? And what has worked well for you? I'm going to have you guys go ahead in the comments and let's get some group participation here going. I want to hear from you. What are some of the favorite things that you personally have done, or that you have seen done, or that maybe a family member or a loved one participated in that and you've seen it work for them? I will share some of my favorites with you right now. Emotion code and body code have been some of the most beneficial for me. Yes, absolutely. Ashley Nelson is saying sound healing. Girl, I am all over that. In fact, I have flutes and drums and the singing bowls. I have all kinds of musical instruments now, and I absolutely love them. And I respond really well with tuning forks. My energy is very, very aligned with all of that. So I'm so thankful for you saying that. Let's see, Amy's saying body code, foot zone, and emotion code. Yes, actually, foot zoning was one of the very first things I became certified in. I got certified clear back in 2013, even before I did my very first conference in 2014. And I have been so thankful for how much it has blessed my life. And the reason why I became certified is because I realized really quick, even if my foot zoner was only charging $40, if I was to have every single person in my family get a foot zone, every week or every other week, that was going to add up really quickly. And so it made sense for me to be able to learn how to do it. And then I can have that skill and that ability to be able to do that for my family. And for those of you who don't know what foot zoning is, the easiest way to describe what foot zoning is that your body is like a computer, right? And your feet are like the keyboard. And what do you do if you have something that's going on with your body, with your computer, right? Sometimes people will reboot it or turn it off for a time and then turn it back on to see how to do it, or they'll run a virus scan, something like that, right? It's the same kind of thing that you can do with your feet with foot zoning. It's like you're giving it a complete reset. And it's like not for sissies, you guys. It was a 9-month course that I went through, hundreds of hours worth of practice time that had to be, documented. And, you have to make sure you really know what you're doing. You have to understand anatomy. You're studying textbooks. You're answering questions on that. You're doing tests. It is really cool. It did cost me about $4,000 from the school that I took from, but it was absolutely worth it. I was able to learn so many skills that I still use on a daily basis. And I've been really thankful as not just a mom, but even for people, to be able to do that professionally. It's amazing. By the way, Kathy, I was just thinking I should give you a foot zone sometime. I also have light therapy in my home, which my husband's been doing light therapy every single day this week, and he's absolutely been loving it. All of my kids now know how to turn it on so they can go in, and also it's easy. It's kick back. You just turn on some meditation music and relax. It's pretty amazing. Yes, Shauna, EFT tapping has also helped me release so many unwanted, trapped emotions and trauma that I've experienced over the years. So I'm loving all of these, you guys. These are some ways that you can show up and be your own advocate, not just for yourself, but also for those that you are responsible for, those that you have a stewardship for. So thank you guys so much. And if you yourself are certified in any one of those things, will you please go ahead in the comments and let us know, what is your Facebook page? How do people connect with you? I would love to have you just take a moment to share that as well. This is going to be fantastic. Amy says body code, foot zone, and emotion code. Danielle's amazing. She does EFT, tapping, and Reiki, and she's up in Idaho for those of my fellow Idaho friends here. Helen, hi, Helen. How are you? She does body code, emotion code, and body code. How do you say that, Lindsay? Molian. I wish I knew how to say that. Medical Qigong. That's awesome. Shauna says emotion code and body code. Catherine's discover divinity. Look at all of these. I love this. Amy Flake says crystals. Absolutely. We're going to be having all kinds of crystals and gemstones at the conference as well. So much fun. Thank you so much. So for those of you who marked down a C that you want a conference ticket, thank you so much. For those of you who've joined since we announced that, we have 5 more minutes. If you would like a conference ticket giveaway, all you have to do is share this video and then go into the comments and put down that you shared. with the letter C, and you will get a conference ticket messaged to you. And then all you have to do is claim that ticket by filling out that form, and then that's it. If you would like a virtual ticket, same thing. You just share this video and then go ahead and put shared and then the letter V, and we will be messaging you right away and getting you that information. So the virtual tickets, I believe, are right around like $20-ish right now. Will be 42 tomorrow. So you'll want to get in on that right away if that's something that you want to do, because they're free for those of you who comment and share right in the next 5 minutes. So thank you so much for all of your support. We really appreciate you guys. Yay, thank you for sharing, Tina. Appreciate that so much. Yes, hypnosis, essential oils. Adara, I have not heard of that one, so I'll have to go look that up. Thank you so much for mentioning that. In fact, if you want to private message me and tell me a little bit more about that, I would love to learn as well. Yes, thank you guys so much. Yay, Ashley, I'm so excited. You were certified by Jill and Jess. I love those two. Group sound baths are amazing. Oh, that's so cool. I actually am looking for someone to come do a sound bath at my retreat this next week. For those of you who, we don't have like this big, like back-to-back schedule. It's really just like very chill. You can go relax in the hot tub or work out at the gym. You can, play ping pong or pool or any of the games that we have. We've got this retreat, and I've looked around at other retreats, and our pricing for this retreat is literally lower than like nonprofit organization retreats that are out there. This retreat is really just about relaxing and connecting and having your own rejuvenation. There are going to be massage therapists on site for those of you who are interested in participating in those kind of things. Foot zoners will be there. We'll have light therapy, all kinds of good stuff. So if you yourself are interested in just hanging out with me for the weekend in St. George, Utah, here's the link for that, so you can check that out. Again, that's going to include your most of the food, lodging, tons of fun and relaxation and play. It literally is just this beautiful Airbnb that we rented for the weekend. And again, not a ton of like back-to-back stuff, just really chill. There'll be some opportunities for you to do some group art and just hanging out. But if you yourself are just like, I want to reconnect, I want to get rejuvenated and just have this time. Maybe you're working on a project or you're working on a book, or you just need to be able to have some time for yourself before the holidays. This is a great opportunity to do that. So yeah, and I'll be like totally in the hot tub and just having so much fun. It's going to be so great. I'm so excited. Yes, and thank you for those of you who are putting down all of the ways that you can continue to serve people. That means so much to me, and I'm so thankful for it. As a matter of fact, I think what I want to do right now is, for those of you who are on and you are professional practitioners, and let's say that you want to participate at an upcoming retreat or conference, will you just put down the word participate if that sounds like something that you would like to do? I am going to be doing a private giveaway right now for anyone who does that. So you just share this video to your business page and then go ahead and put the word participate in the comments. And I'm going to be giving away a private business mentoring session for the people who comment below, and of course who share as well. I'm very excited. I like to help people who like to help people. So that just feels really good to me. So I'm going to go ahead and announce that winner in just a moment. So if you're watching live, you can go ahead and do that. And then I would also like to just announce one other thing. For those of you who you've been to our conferences in the past, I would love to have you go on to our Facebook page and leave a review there. There are some really exciting things happening, and I know that as those numbers go up for those positive reviews, it helps our page to be able to get in front of more people. So it makes me super happy to do that. All right, it is time for us to be able to get our first speaker on. And I'm super excited. I've already introduced her, but this is the amazing Shelley Jo Wallstrom. And please welcome her to our stage today. Woo woo. Hey, girl.
Yay! Hi, guys. I'm so excited to be here, Tammy. This is an exciting weekend.
Heck yes, it really is. I am ecstatic about it. And oh, this is so good. Oh, I had somebody just ask a quick question. Janet, go ahead and message Kathy at Hope Haven Events if you'd like to switch that over, and she can help you with that. There's her email. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so Shelley Jo, girl, what are we talking about today? I'm so excited.
Well, first of all, I want to put a plug in for the conference tomorrow because this is where I met you. In 2016, I was a brand new clinical hypnotherapist. I'd never been to an energy healing conference in my whole life. I knew nothing about energy. And I walked in, I was like, these are my people. I didn't understand it. A lot of stuff I thought, wow, this is woo-woo weird, but that's okay because they thought I was woo-woo weird, right? But that's where I met you. And that event in 2016 has launched my business and taken me to where I am today.
That's amazing. Well, I absolutely love all of the things that you do. You've been able to help so many people that are important to me and also myself. I told the story about Piano Guys with the double decker ice cream cone. That was such a funny thing.
That was so funny. Which kind of leads me into what we wanted to talk today about. So I wrote this book, Feed Your Brain, Change Your Life. It can control your brain, body, and emotions. That's what I did during last year when everything got canceled, right? And it talks about my story of my daughter. And I'm going to be going more into detail tomorrow. I'll be speaking at 10 a.m. I'm telling you guys, if you have not been to a conference, you either need to get a ticket and come live. And I'd love that because then I can give you a hug, or get virtual because they're just amazing. But I'm going to talk about my daughter who is an addict and how I found these tools to feed the brain and change your life and to calm the crazy, which is what I'll be talking about tomorrow through amino acids, nutrition, and hypnotherapy. There's some great tools that can help you. But I thought this would be fun, Tammy, today because your story is perfect. I thought about that today, about how we met and the ice cream.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so funny.
And the sugar. And I would love to see if anybody on here has sugar cravings. Raise your hand. Give me a emoji. Say yes, absolutely, whatever. I just thought it would kind of be fun to see how many people crave sugar.
And also, I think like not even just sugar, but like just cravings in general, right?
Absolutely. Sugar, starches. It could be, drugs, alcohol, things. It can also be behaviors such as too much shopping, too much social media, too much gaming, anything that you're like, I just want to numb out and I want to check out and I'm going to do it through something. Our brain is so smart, Tammy. And when it wants something, it's like it takes you hostage. It's not like, could you please feed me? It's like, it's a command, and it is almost impossible to not. Oh, I love how these little yeses are coming in. Yes, yes, yes. Mm-hmm. But it literally is, it takes your whole body hostage. It takes your mind hostage and says, feed me and feed me now and give me what I want. There's a couple of reasons for this. And the first one is low blood sugar, right? When your blood sugar goes low, you've got this right here. You have a prefrontal cortex, and its job is it's cognitive. I'm going to make this choice. This will be my outcome. It's your reasoning. It's your judgment. For an addict, it is their tools to stay sober and clean. For somebody who's a sugar addict, it's the same thing. And I mean, we can look at cravings any way you want to, but I'm telling you, sugar is one of the hardest addictions there are.
Well, I can totally speak to that because I came off of meth like 23 years ago. I've been clean for 23 years, but I literally did have shakes. I mean, I like slept a lot, and then, like when I was awake, I screamed a lot. It wasn't a pretty picture, right? And and having come off of sugar just in the last, it's been about a year and a half now, a year and a couple months, and it has really made a huge, huge difference. But it's easier to come off of the other stuff than sugar,
It really is. You're right.
Harper, how are you?
This is Brecklin.
Oh, hi. I'm so sorry.
5. Yay! She just joined me today.
I'm almost 6.
She's almost 6.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yeah.
cool, honey.
I lost my very first tooth.
She lost her first tooth. Oh, can you believe that?
Goodness.
Got a hole in her mouth.
Cool.
Yeah, she's got a hole in her mouth. She's showing you. Oh. Yeah. So for you guys that don't know, I am the amino acid lady and hypnotherapist, but I'm also a grandma, and that's my favorite thing to do. But you're right, Tammy. It's like most people go from one addiction to the other. And the sugar addiction usually takes the place of something else because, the craziest thing is that if somebody's on drugs or alcohol, there's these neurotransmitters in your brain. Those are called your happy, calm, feel-good chemicals in your brain. And when they become depleted, we want to live in homeostasis. And so we look for something to make us feel better. Drugs and alcohol can hit a few of those neurotransmitters, but sugar hits all of them. It's like a pinball machine. I mean, it lights up every part of your brain, and your brain's like, I like that. Give me more of it. And that's why it's so challenging to just walk away from sugar.
Yeah.
But what if I could tell you that, you know what? There really is a simple answer. It's simple, right, Tammy?
Yeah. Thank goodness.
And that is feeding your brain what it needs. Just as I said, we've got these neurotransmitters, and when they're working right, we're happy, we're calm, we have energy, we have drive. But when they stop working for lots of different reasons, one could be you're born with less of them. So if you have children who are struggling with ADD, ADHD, focus, or anxiety, could be that they have less of them. Could be toxins, could be lifestyle, could be your diet. It could be the fact that 60% of people over the age 40, your neurotransmitters become depleted. So there you go.
Yeah. Well, this is such good information, and a lot of people don't understand about the importance of all the different things that amino acids could do. I know that if somebody was watching right now and they were struggling with having sugar cravings, just right off of the bat, what would be one of the best tips that you would give them in order to overcome this?
One of the first thing I would tell you, and this is not, you don't have to go out and buy anything except for protein. I tell my clients that protein is non-negotiable, and that is because protein is made of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So literally, amino acids are just like you've taken protein and broke it down to the most minuscule amount, and you're taking them. And so by feeding your body protein at least every 3 to 4 hours, that's going to keep your blood sugar level. That's going to be one of the biggest things you can do to keep keep the cravings going down. So that's the first thing. That's the first thing. Now people will say, well, why can't I just go eat some meat or something to help my neurotransmitters? Well, the challenge is once your neurotransmitters have become depleted, it's really hard to take some meat or however you get your protein and say, I need all this to go into my brain. It's going to go to your brain, your muscles. It's got to digest, right, and go all over your body. So it's very difficult to get enough amino acids from the protein to feed the brain.
Right. So protein, but then also supplementing it with amino acids. Now, I remember when I did my very first appointment with you back then, you didn't have your own line.
I did not.
You've just been sending me to other places, but you can't really you don't know what's in everybody else's stuff because of the way that, everything's ran. Right. So I love that you have your own line now because you know what's in them. You know that they're pure, and they're super affordable. That's the other thing is I was really surprised at the affordability of it because, I'm a mom and I have all these kids, right? But in order for me to be able to get everything to everybody, all the stuff that they need, it can add up. So I'm so grateful for the price, how it's so affordable for you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, Tammy. And for you guys to know, Tammy is the one that kind of put it in my head that I should get my own amino acids because at the time I was saying, go to Amazon, go here, go there. And she kept saying, okay, on Amazon, which one I don't have time to check these out. Which one would you get? And I'm like, I don't care. Just get some. Send me a link. And I'm like, I don't know what a link is. So she's like, why do you have your own amino acids? And I'm like, I never thought about it. Yay. So, and Tammy's right. They are inexpensive. Amino acids are supposed to be inexpensive. And there are specific ones to each of the neurotransmitters. Serotonin, your happy feelings. When it's not working, it causes afternoon and evening cravings. You know, that 4 to 5 o'clock range, 6 o'clock where you're like, I got to have something, sugar, starches, something like that. It's when somebody's feeling anxiety, depression, OCD, self-hatred, rage, irritability. That's a serotonin issue. 5-HTP, positive mind, tryptophan, positive sleep, that helps that. You've got your dopamine, which is your energy. When that's not working, you've got tyrosine, energy booster. Each one of them have their own neurotransmitter. The really cool thing about them is they range from $21.99 a bottle to $28.99 a bottle. So just like Tammy said, they're not expensive. They're not supposed to be. And I fight really hard with my manufacturer to say, I'm not raising these. So make sure that I can keep the price at a point that is doable for most people.
That's awesome. So I want to ask a question to everybody right now. I want to know who has actually tried amino acids, who's used them, who recommends them to clients. Kind of tell us where you guys are with this.
I'm curious. I see that Pam Cheney says that she is now using them, and that's awesome. I love that. I love to see the success stories. I always tell people, I've seen miracles with amino acids, but they're not magic. So if you buy them and you don't use them, they're just pretty supplements sitting on your counter, right? Because they really are pretty. I mean, they're shiny and they're gold and they're wonderful. And
that's awesome. Karina has a question about fiber. She says, do you think protein even more than fiber?
Absolutely, yes, because protein, amino acids feeds every single cell in your body, every single one. They're both important. Fiber is important, yes. Good fats are important. Good veggies are important. And when I work with a client, that's what I'm looking for in their tweaking what they're eating is to add protein, number one, good fats, good fiber, and good veggies. Because by doing that, on top of taking the amino acids, I already know your cravings are going to go down. It happens, and it's not hard. It makes it so that you're not just white knuckling thinking, oh my gosh, I really want to stay away from whatever it is. But it's so hard because your brain, like I said, it says, I want this and I want it now. And it's those chemicals in the brain that need to be balanced or rebalanced.
Yeah, so there's a few people that are coming on that I'm surprised, especially with these people. They're saying they've never heard of them. So in a nutshell, what would you describe what amino acids are for someone who's never been exposed to what they are?
Okay, I love that. Thank you. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein. You get them, your body creates them. Some of them, those are called non-essential. Doesn't mean that you have enough of them to feed your brain, but your body makes it. You get it from proteins such as meats or some plants or quinoa, things like that, or you get it from a supplement. There's 3 of them, and there are specific ones. There's 6 specific ones that actually go in and feed your brain. So they're feeding those neurotransmitters, those happy, calm, feel-good chemicals in your brain. They start firing them so that it balances your brain. And and I like to tell people, you might be on a lot of them to start with, but the cool thing is they're not meant to be on forever. You can. They're like food, right? Because once they convert to the neurotransmitter to feed the brain, they leave your body. So it's not like a medication where it stacks on top of each other. But once your brain starts to fire by itself, that's when also at the same time it's important to feed your body and your brain with good foods and vitamin and minerals, because then eventually you can start coming down off the amino acids, and then the food can sustain you. So that's what they literally are, is feeding the brain it's brain food is what it is.
That's awesome. I put a link in for the comments. Sheila's asking, hey, do you have a link for these? So tell us a little bit about what they're going to find on your website, and then also the form that we had also put in the comments as well.
Fabulous. If you go to my website, you're going to see some testimonials. You're going to find the product. When you pop on the link, you're going to be taken, there's a quiz, and it says, could amino acids be your missing link? I didn't know about this myself. And when I first learned about it, I was angry because with my daughter being an addict, and she turned to drugs and alcohol at age 15. Had I known about these when she was 6, when she was struggling so much with anxiety, she may not have turned to them. So that's why I'm so passionate. Hold on, baby. So passionate about it. But by taking that quiz, it's going to give you an idea of what you may be missing and what you might be doing. I do. That can help you.
That's awesome. Yeah, if you go to her website, it will take you there. Melanie says, hey, take a screenshot of the link or it takes you away from this page. That's a good idea to actually go ahead and do that. It doesn't take long to do the quiz though, right? Like what?
It doesn't. It's very short. And even if you just go to my Hypno-Aminos, the pop-up that comes up is a quiz. So either way, you can do it with a link or just go to hypnoaminos.com and you'll find that same quiz. And it's going to tell you, give you an idea for you, for your children, your teenagers, for your spouses, your friends. It is a concept that is so amazing, and yet very few people know about it.
That's awesome. Danielle Southern says, I just started taking the L-tyrosine and I love them. So Danielle, I have a quick story to tell you about the L-tyrosine. Probably about, I think it was probably about 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago, when I was on bed rest from a really serious condition that I had. It was an autoimmune that gave me a lot of chronic fatigue. So I didn't have a lot of energy. She got me going on the L-tyrosine because it would give me a natural boost of energy, non-addictive, and it would help me to be able to get going. And it really did. It kind of like launched me up out of my bed, I guess you could say. But the other thing is, when I ran into Shelley Jo at the Piano Guys concert, it's so funny. Like I literally had been taking GABA, which is known as the chill pill. So it's supposed to like relax you. I was taking it at the beginning of the day when I was trying to get up and going. So yes, their amino acids are amazing, but it literally, like, if you don't have the education on which ones do what, it kind of was like kind of kicking me in the butt on that. You know what I mean?
Oh, so. Yeah. I love that story, Tammy. And one of the other stories I love is we were at a retreat, and this lady named Annette came up to me, and she's in her chair and she's like sleeping. I'm like, why? I'm looking at her going, why are you not paying attention? Because it was a great speaker. And she's over there like, ugh. And I'm like, and also she leans over to me, goes, I think I took tryptophan instead of tyrosine. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And she goes, not only that, but I gave it to 2 of my friends. And they walked in and they're like, why are we so tired? And I literally ran to my bedroom, grabbed her some tyrosine, came back, and within 20 minutes, she had this energy. And it was like, it's a sustained energy. It's not like coffee or sugar. It literally just sustains your energy and brings you back up.
It was pretty funny because the thing is, you notice the difference in these within 20 minutes. So for those of you who are practitioners, I highly encourage you to reach out to Shelley Jo so that you can talk to her about how you can be able to make this part of your practice to help people get educated on them, learn how to overall use them for other people as well.
Absolutely.
So good.
Absolutely.
Good stuff. Christine, thanks for your comment too. She says, I haven't started yet, but I am heavily being led to start. Just haven't decided on a source yet. So there you go. Shelley Jo's your new source.
There you go.
Down syndrome who really needs this too. Good stuff.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I am so excited. I love what I do. Tammy, you know that. I'm so excited to see you tomorrow at the conference. And I'm going to have a special deal for those of you that are coming to the conference tomorrow. If you are live and you come to the class, yes, I am bribing you to come to the class. I'm going to give you a bigger discount than I'm going to give anybody else. But it's only going to be because you'll get the link at that conference during my class. Same for those that are virtual. If you're watching, I'm going to tell you this link during the class, and it's going to give you a bigger discount than I give ever.
That's amazing. Well, super excited for that. And those of you who are on with a virtual ticket, you're going to be able to access that class as well. She's one of our main stage speakers, so I'm super excited.
10 a.m. And, you know, Tammy, one more thing I wanted to say. When I met you and I came to your first Energy Healing Conference, I secretly said to myself, I want to be a speaker for her, and I want to be one of her main speakers.
And you totally are.
And here we go. And the funny thing is, at the time, Tammy didn't like hypnotherapy. So
Well, it's not that I didn't like it. I was just
I'm not there,
under the impression that you took over people's minds and took away their control. And now that I know what it is, it's not that at all. And those fears were actually like not called for. I just didn't know. Sometimes when there's a misunderstanding about something, it's hard to really wrap your brain around it. Do you know what I mean? Because you've got this preconceived notion about it, like somebody else's fear or somebody else's perception. So yeah, thanks for setting me straight on that, because hypnotherapy has blessed my life as much.
I
So
know. And you've blessed my life. And I know we're going to be doing a short hypnotherapy group session tomorrow. I think it's at noon, right?
yes.
I'll be leading you through.
Anyone who wants to do that.
You'll be able to come and sit through it and see how it feels and how it's not. I would say if I could control anybody's mind, I'd control my teenagers. And if I could read anybody's mind, I'd want to read my husband's, I think.
You're
sure. Awesome.
You're awesome. Thanks so much, my friend. I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oh, I love that girl so much. She's amazing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and bring on our next guest speaker. This is Tyler Watson. And for those of you who have read his book, you've participated in his modality, you've been to his classes before, will you please go ahead and welcome the amazing Tyler Watson. How are you?
Hey, Tammy, good to see you. I'm doing well.
That is awesome. I'm so happy to have you on today. And why don't you go ahead and take it from here? I'm going to go ahead and have you teach us and tell us what your class is about. And then, of course, those of you who are on right now, who are watching, pay special close attention. Tyler's got some really great stuff for you today. I'm looking forward to that.
Great. And how long do I have, Tammy?
You have 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Sweet. Let's do this. All right. Well, welcome and thanks, Tammy. I'm super excited to be here. And this weekend, little introduction. I'm Tyler Watson, and my main thing is helping high achievers become unstoppable in every area of their life. So often in our lives, like growing up, I would watch my parents. So my dad, if his income went up, his relationship would drop. And I would watch relationship drop, and then, other areas would improve. And so there was always this confusion of like, how do we balance things? How do we create and maintain balance in every area of our life? And as I watched these patterns, I had a lot of negative patterns that I had. I judged people. I felt like I had to be the perfect kid. I was depressed, suicidal, pornography addictions, video game addictions, a lot of things that didn't really serve me. And going through those gave me a lot of perspective, but I also wanted to know, like, how can I make these changes without affecting other areas of my life? So have you ever had that where you try to make one change only to see something else in your life be sacrificed? Like, now I'm focused on my business, but then the relationships suffer. Or now I'm focused in my relationships, but then the business suffers. Or now I'm focused on my health, and now I'm broke. Or whatever it might be. But there's this balancing act. And the key to success is true balance in all areas of life. And by the way, for those of you, just a quick plug for for Shelly. So she's amazing. I use her stuff as well. And the aminos are amazing. So if you haven't tried those, be sure and do so. And for Tammy, what she was saying is really powerful, because her past perceptions, she mentioned that she had these perceptions of these ideas of like hypnotherapy and different techniques. And what happens is these patterns, the reason why we go teeter-tottering is because some part of us has what's called a definition tied to it. So if I have heard something like hypnotherapy, right? Hypnotherapy, or maybe I've tried aminos, or maybe I've done tapping, or I've used these different techniques and tools, or I've heard about them or seen them. What happens is our body, not just our mind. Here's the key, and this is what I'll be teaching tomorrow, is it's not just how the mind interprets things, but it's how the body interprets them. So I could have all these perceptions of things. And this is why so many relationships fail as well. You might have a spouse, or you might be thinking about money or health. and you have all these areas in your life that you're trying to improve or work on. Let me flip up my light there so you can see a little better. So hypnotherapy, maybe amino acids, spouse, money, health, like all these different things. And my perception of them is based on my past. So things that I've heard, things that I've felt, things that I've experienced, things that I've other people have told me or what I've seen. And if these past perceptions are not ideal, then when I go to use them, my body will actually recreate the not ideal situation, which is crazy. This is why I went up and down in so many areas, because when I tried to focus on, hey, I'm going to improve my relationship with my spouse, I had negative associations that if I focus on love, I can't have money. So then when I focused on, I'm going to really serve my wife, then I neglected my bank account. I neglected the ability to receive more money. That's why I struggled and I had less than $12,500 in my bank account over the course of a whole year. That's how much I brought in my first year as a coach. And as I learned how to balance things and make shifts, not just in the mind, but in the body, I was able to hit my first 6 figures within 7 months, be able to more than double that. And we just hit our first $1 million mark online through an online funnel just this year, which is really powerful and really cool. But I say that because I couldn't have done this or helped other people do this either if my definitions or my associations to the words were not serving me. So let's dive into this. So if I have a goal like health or tapping or a tool that I want to use and some sort of goal that I want to attain with it, right? Let's say I have this ideal thing that I want. And I'm going through life and I'm like, I want to get to this thing. But inside of my body, I am having different interpretations based on the methods I'm using, based on the goal I'm going for. So I might be thinking, hey, I want to make a certain amount of money, or I want to have a certain type of health, or I want to have a certain relationship. If I go for that relationship, let's just use relationships as an example. And in this relationship, maybe my past has been associated with letdown, maybe abuse, maybe pain, maybe feeling hurt, lied to. So in my mind, I might be like, I want a powerful relationship. But my body, in my heart, in my liver, in my brain, in all my organs, glands, and cells, every single organ, gland, and cells has its own unique interpretation of the thing that we want. So I could be like, I want a great relationship mentally. I could be affirming it. I could be like, this is the thing I want. I'm so excited for it. It's going to be amazing. But if in my brain it says, you're going to be let down again. Maybe my heart says, don't get in a relationship because it's really painful. Maybe in my liver it says, wow, I am super angry because I've been abused. And maybe my adrenals say, run, you're going to get hurt. So every organ actually has a different response to your goal, the thing that you want. So I could do all the affirmations, but if I'm not changing how my body responds to those, my perceptions will actually recreate the past because it knows it, it's familiar to it, it feels safe in a weird way. So my body will literally recreate letdown, abuse, pain, and hurt, or being lied to if I don't change it. These are what's called addictions. Your body creates addictive behaviors towards the negative situations tied to what you want or don't want. Is this crazy or what? This is why so many people could use good tools and why they stop working. Like there's pills that we've taken and they've stopped working all of a sudden because my body's literally formed an addicted reaction to a negative association with that thing. I might be using a certain technique or tool and all of a sudden it stops working because my body has created a negative association to that tool based on a past perception. So the key here is to identify those, where it's at in the body. And here's the other part. So it's addicted to the not ideal situation. and actually allergic to the ideals. So it's pushing away the thought of it's going to give me more energy. It's a great thing. It's going to help me. It's going to serve me. It'll give me the love that I'm looking for. It'll give me the health that I want. It'll give me the money that I want to create in my life. So literally my body will push away the ideals while simultaneously holding on to the not ideals. To every push, there's a pull. To every action, there's a reaction, an equal and opposite reaction. So to every addiction, there's an allergy. To every addiction, which is your body holding on to something that's not ideal, there's literally an equal and opposite push away from the thing that you want. This is why people take 40 years to actually attain their goal or never attain their goals, because their body's constantly fighting the very thing that they want and holding on to what they don't want. So not just changing the mind is the goal, but changing how the body responds. Tomorrow, I'll be showing you more about how to actually make these shifts using the alignment process. And I wanted to even give you guys something on here. And I can't see anybody's chat, I don't think. Oh, comments. Oh, I do see comments. Sweet. Hey guys, can you drop a comment down below and let me know if you've been hearing me and seeing me? Now I can interact with you. Let me know if you're alive and you can see stuff and take away things. hopefully you can. I just clicked on the comments. I'm like, hey, comments. So by changing this, you can actually attain your goals in days instead of years. And I wanted to gift you guys something. I have a book that just came out called The Alignment Effect. You can get it at alignmenteffect.com, but I actually created a special link for you that you can grab the digital copy for free. And then I did 3 different videos that you can go through to see and experience some of these shifts. Okay, cool. Amy, this is great. Michelle, very good. Oh yeah, yep, you can see me and hear me. Very cool. Awesome. Yay, you guys are here. Sounds interesting. Very cool. Yay. Okay, I see everybody. This is a lot more fun. Okay, so the key here is to do what's called align. And I developed this after investing almost $400,000 in different techniques and processes and going through tons of different modalities. And it started with a gluten allergy. My wife was allergic to gluten. I had tried tapping. I had tried going through and finding the root cause in different organs and glands. I even tried that. Running magnets, and I tried different codes, and I tried all sorts of different breakthrough processes. I tried a lot of different things, and they're all great. I tried to hypnotize myself, tried doing all sorts of getting to the root cause and all sorts of crazy things to help. And this was on her to help her get out of her allergy. And I thought, well, the only reason she would still have that allergic response to gluten is if some part of her is holding on to the negative association tied to it and pushing away what she actually wants. And if we could get to where all parts of her body, every single part of her body was eliminated all of these negative responses and stopped pushing it away, then theoretically she should be able to eat the gluten without the struggle. So in the middle of the night, I had this download based on all the different techniques that I tried and worked on clients with of how to do it. And I did it and it worked. And I was like, cool. And the first thing she said was, I want some toast. So we had toast. She had toast, and it's been over 3 years now and never had a problem since. So we started it with food allergies. And I thought, well, if it works good with food allergies, does it work with money? And I did it on having clients reach out to me without marketing to them. And in 24-hour period of time after aligning, I had 4 people reach out that turned into over $8,000 in sales. So then we tried it on other practitioners. I had a practitioner make an extra $30,000 in a month after aligning and shifting how their body responded to their goal and how it was pushing away their ideals and holding on to what was already happening. We had seen someone even with health stuff with glaucomas in their eye, align and glaucomas vanish after 6-7 years of having it. We've seen people with cardiac arrest symptoms completely get their health back to where they can function again. some really amazing things. Now, can we promise anything? No. Can we guarantee anything? Heck no. But what I do know is that the only reason someone struggles with something is due to an allergy or an addiction, period. And if you can get into a full state of alignment, your body is now at cause. The problem with pushes and pulls is it doesn't feel like it's your choice. It feels like you have an outside stimulus and now your body reacts, and it's not your choice. And it feels very helpless. So the key is to say, actually, all of my organs and glands are choosing, and I can influence those choices. And if I choose on all parts of me how it responds, then I now take back my choice and at full cause in my life. And that's one of my missions, is to empower transformational people like yourselves who are going places, who have missions that they want to get out to the world, to get into a state where you can handle anything that comes your way. You can create stuff. You can turn things that might not be going your way into something great, into transforming how things used to be into something new. Is this cool? So I would love to know one of your takeaways. I know we're kind of running up on time pretty soon, but what's one takeaway that you're getting from what I'm sharing? Go ahead, drop it in the comment. Let me know, like, one big takeaway. And then if you would like to join me at the conference, I'll be there. I'll actually be doing some of the process on people at my booth. So if you want to come visit me, I'll do some aligning on you. So we didn't get into that. I'll talk about that tomorrow. And the key is if you align, it stops the allergies, stops the addictions, and allows you to be at full cause in your life. So you can attain your goals in days instead of years. So that's what I'm all about. If you want to get shifting, get aligning, then come meet me at my booth. My wife and I will be there, and I'll just do some sessions on you guys so that you can experience some transformation. And then if you want to learn more about it, grab that free PDF. I created a free PDF. You can buy it here on alignmenteffect.com, but I created a free PDF version for you that you can get through the link here. So Tammy's going to put that in the chat here. Kathy, love to visit you. Have some in your aligning. Does your book explain how to do this? Yes, it does do the basics. And then tomorrow at the booth, and tomorrow I'll actually be offering to do some sessions at the booth, just on people, show you how to do the process. And then I'll even be offering some one-on sessions with me because we're going to be teaching this process and how to learn it, the full technique. Takeaway is that we are in control and responsible for ourselves and our health behavior. Love it, Pam. Awesome. Interesting how you are either addicted or allergic. Yeah. Super fascinating, huh? I'm allergic to so many foods and environmental stuff. Yeah. So you can change those. Sometimes we didn't know we could, but now we know. Yeah. Alignment makes so much sense. Push and pull. Love to eliminate allergies. Love that. Cool. Awesome. Thanks for participating, guys. This is super fun. So yeah, whenever I have free minute to end up getting a headache or physically sick, this could be part of what you're saying. Yes, that's a symptom. So that means your body is literally recreating that over and over and over. And if you're like, can it help on this thing? I would just ask, is that a thing that has energy? Probably. So does it have a frequency? Then it's probably associated to your body's memory in some part, and you can shift that. You can change it.
This has been so awesome. Thank you so much, Tyler. Do you guys have any other questions for Tyler before he gets off? I know there's a lot of people that are coming to this conference and there's traveling and all kinds of stuff. Thank you so much for all of your support, and you too, Tyler. I appreciate you so much. And I mean, you're giving everybody a free book. That is so freaking cool. So I've put the link in like 5-6 times. You guys go look at that either on the YouTube channel or on our Facebook Live here. All right. Doesn't look like there's any other questions that are coming through, but yeah, lots of thank yous.
Yeah. Thank you guys for participating, and I look forward to seeing you at the event tomorrow.
Yay. Okay. Awesome. We'll see you there. Sounds good. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We've got another great speaker that's coming up, and this is the amazing Joy Beck, who is somebody who I consider her a dear friend as well as a speaker at this conference. And one thing I can tell you is that if you have littles in your life, whether it's grandkids or kids of your own, or you are somebody who serves littles as a teacher, daycare provider, maybe you do piano classes. I don't care what you do. Like if you have littles in your life, you want to pay attention right now to the amazing Joy Beck. I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. How are you, my friend?
Hi, how are you?
How are things at your place?
They're good. I'm in my car because, it's my lunchtime. I teach.
That's okay.
So it's a little bit crazy. So hope you hear me okay?
No, it looks like your screen's actually black right now.
Oh, that's fun. Let's see if I can figure that out. Camera.
There you go. It looks like it.
Is that better?
No, but I can hear you, but I can't see you at all.
Well, welcome to doing it in the car.
Here, let me take you off and then put you back on and see if it'll work that way. Little bit of technical difficulties, but we'll have her come right back on. I'm super excited. She's going to be teaching 2 classes coming up, one for littles and one for teens. So even if you don't have littles, but you have teenagers that you're wanting to be able to learn more skills for them, emotional wellness and intelligence classes. I'm going to go ahead and put the link in the comments while we're waiting for Joy to come back on. Let's see if we can get her on now. Okay, Joy, let's see if we can try this. Your screen is still black, my friend. Dang it. It might be the internet connection or something like that where you are in your car. I could see you a minute ago, but now it's a little bit weird where it's just all totally black. Let's see. Well, let's go ahead and have you still join in with your sound. Does that work for you? Let's have you put your volume on and see if it's working. No. Joy is joy. That is so true, right, Shelley Jo? She's freaking amazing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and read her bio while we're waiting for her. Her class that she's going to be doing is called Creating Joyful Options in Life. Have you ever wanted to make your day better and truly embrace the greatness within? What about sharing these tips, tricks, and tools with your kids? You can. Come learn these useful techniques and find your happy pants and create joyful options in your life. As a teacher for 26 years, one of her superpowers is teaching kids how to recognize and embrace their greatness. She is a lifelong learner and sprinkles sunshine wherever she goes. I'm super excited because as a certified emotion code practitioner, a foot zone therapist, she's also trained in advanced energy wellness. There's all kinds of skills that she really is bringing to the table. And I just feel so lucky and grateful to have her in my life. She will be teaching at the conference and super excited because her focus is really on helping littles and also teens. So let's go ahead and try this again. I can see you.
Yay!
How are you?
Oh, mercy sakes. Welcome to my world. It's all good. We call that tuck and roll in my world.
Yes. So I love it. I love tuck and roll. That's amazing. All right. Well, we've got dozens of people on right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn the time over to you for the next few minutes so you can teach us a little bit more about what you'll be doing.
Sounds good. Thanks so much. Hi, guys. Sorry that it's been a little crazy. I'm in my car because it's my lunch break. So yes, right? We do what we can for sure. First off, I wanted to thank Tammy for the opportunity to let me share. We just kind of do things as best we can, and thank heavens we all know how to tuck and roll, right? And if you didn't know that, use it. It's a fun one. It's a really fun one. I will be teaching a class. I get the privilege to teach a class tomorrow, which is Saturday, November 13th at 9 a.m. And it's called Teaching Joyful Options. And I will be teaching lots of fun things, explaining some different techniques and different, I call them tips and tricks. They're not really tricks, but on how to give you options to be able to know, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Those kinds of things. And so I'm not going to give too many of them away right now, but I'd love to see you at 9 o'clock in the morning if you can make it. Right off the bat, I have 2 specials that I'm offering this weekend. One is a 15-minute one-on-one mini session, Release and Let Go, for only $27. And the second special is a 20-minute one-on-one phone or Zoom session for release and let go for only $45. And I'm also will be teaching 2 interactive online courses. They're called Social Emotional Skills for Littles and their Folks, and also one for teens and their folks. So those are some options that you can partake in and join in with me. That will be great. So I know that Tammy told you just a little bit about me. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about me. I live in Idaho Falls. I grew up on a farm. I am homegrown, and I'm a mama of 4. My kiddos range from 14 to 27 and a half years old. And I have an incredible daughter-in-law and then 2 sweet grandbaby boys. And I'm blessed and lucky enough to have them all live close and to be able to interact with them. And so I do not take that for granted. As Tammy had said, I am a teacher. I have taught, this is my 27th, like 13, 14 years of it, kindergarten or first grade, which I know seems a little wild and crazy, but I like them. It's fun times. It's always an adventure. I'm also certified in many modalities. I am emotion code certified and certified in advanced energy wellness, which is a course that Tammy teaches as well. I also offer the harmonic light therapy and foot zoning. So one of the things that I've noticed as a teacher for the last 26, 27 years is a lack of overall of emotional skills and like those social emotional skills for kids, and truly like for a lot of us grown-ups at times, right? And whether it's a big kid or whether it's a little kid, a lot of the things that I teach in my own classes and that I'll be teaching in the course are having them learn different types of coping skills, so that you don't get, so if a kiddo gets triggered, they don't immediately go to violence. They don't immediately go to the depths of despair, or that they go to some kind of substance as a numbing technique, but that so teaching them just different options. Some kids just don't know. They don't know that they can do breathing. They don't know that tapping is a thing and that it actually helps. So some really cool stuff that I've been incorporating in my classes for quite a long time. And I have kiddos will go, "Oh, you mean like I can do this at home when my brother's driving me crazy?" Yes, 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 you can. And so it's fun to teach and just things that I've learned along the way. And what's great, truthfully, if it works for littles, it can work for big people too. So, kind of fun that way. So I wanted to let you know about that. And I'm hoping that I can see some of the chats. I don't even know. I don't even know if that actually worked or not, if that blocked my face. Since I'm on my phone, it's just a little bit different. But I wanted to let you know those. I'm also trying to think what else. I can't see the chats, so I apologize. This is a definite tuck and roll for me. Some of the things that I teach with the class, as well as in my course tomorrow morning, is I will be explaining about emotion code with that's from Dr. Bradley Nelson, is the dude that created it, and explain what that process is, what energy is, how it works, how we can stuck emotions and be able to the techniques to be able to release them. What's super amazing with this process is that anyone can do it, like littles can do it. You can teach them how to find and stuck emotions and then release those stuck emotions. So that part is fantastic. I'm all about having kids out, or humans, be able to self-regulate, if that makes sense, and to be able to do their own healing as much as possible, or at least owning it, right? Sometimes I have kiddos, as a teacher, I have kiddos that will come and they tattle and they tattle and they tattle, and they think that's what they should do. They should tattle. And it's kind of the same with healing, as that I tell them, oh, can you use your words? If I teach kids to be able to own what's theirs and to be able to solve their own problems, healing is kind of that same process. And there's lots of different choices. If you're able to come to the conference, you're going to meet all kinds of people, all kinds of different ways to heal. And what a great opportunity, right? And different things. I use stones in my classroom. We use oils. We do all kinds of different things, because then kids are like, oh, okay. So if they get worked up, they know they have a couple of different choices. I have a chart and we go, oh, have you tried this? Have you tried that? Um, so teaching those kinds of things is kind of one of my superpowers. And it might sound silly, but it's kind of what I do. And tomorrow I'll also be teaching just some of the techniques that I've learned in Tammy's courses as well. And the different options that lots of the vendors that are of the different like either products or services that other people will be there and offer, I use a lot of them. And what's great is you kind of have to know what's out there, and then you have to try it out. At least that's what I had to do. And to try it out and go, oh, that one worked, or oh, maybe not so much. And it's kind of the analogy I give is, when you go to the grocery store, do you buy everything? Like, really, do you buy everything? No. Maybe it'd be fun, but you really don't, for a lot of different reasons. And when you cook food for your family, do you cook them everything every night? No, you don't. Well, at least you really shouldn't, really. So it's kind of that same thing. When you know about choices and you know the different things that are out there, then you can find what fits for you and what fits for your family and what fit for your family. Does that mean it's bad? No. Does it mean that it's terrible? No, it doesn't. It means it doesn't fit for you. Same within your own family. There are things that I do and things that I take and things that I use that my kids don't use. But there's some things that we all use, like the lights, the luminatical lights that if you are able to come to the conference, they have they have it set up and you get to try it for free. And what a great option. So there's lots of different things that are out there. And I'm really passionate about teaching kids, and whether you're big or little, and to be able to teach what to do and what's out there so that you can find what works for you. um so really quickly, it's almost time for me to be done. I wanted to again show you, or not show you, sorry, but tell you about the options and the offerings that I'm offering this weekend. So the first one at the conference is a 15-minute one-on-one mini release and let go session for only $27, which is kind of a scream. And so you'll come to my booth, you'll see my cherry little face. I try to, and sign up for that. And there's also another option for the special for the weekend, is to schedule a 20-minute one-on-one, either phone or Zoom session, for the same process to release and let go of stuck emotions. And that one's only $45. Now my courses, both my courses will start next week. And whether it's the social emotional skills for littles and their folks, or the social emotional skills for teens and their folks, both of those courses, it's going to be 5 classes. It's online. It'll be interactive. If by chance you miss one, you're thinking, oh, stink. Really? I missed that. No, they're going to be recorded. So if you sign up and you're going to be with us, then you'll have access to that class. And all 5 classes, it's just $25 for the 5 classes. So some great tips and tricks to be able to help with social, emotional skills as well.
That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much. It means so much to me to have you participate in this. I know you have so much to add, so much value, and I personally have been super blessed just from knowing you, from having you do sessions for me. And I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait for people to get to know you.
Well, thank you. I feel the same about you. So there you
Oh,
go.
well, thank you, friend. So gonna be a packed house tomorrow.
It will be.
Super excited. Are you traveling tonight? Are you coming tonight or are you coming in the morning?
I'm coming down tonight. So
Okay,
I'm
perfect.
teaching and then off I go.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'll see you then.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Thanks so much. Okay, well, she's fantastic. You guys are gonna have so much fun with her. She's just a ball of fun. I'm gonna go ahead and bring on our next person. This is Kristen Hicks. If you've ever been to one of Kristen's classes, if you've participated with her in sessions, go ahead and let's give her a shout out. If that's something that you have been able to get to know her. I met her when I was 20 years old and walked right up to her and said, "Hi, I'm Tammy Ward, and you're my new best friend." And she was like, "Okay." And the funny thing is, you guys, I just don't do that kind of stuff. You might think, "Oh, yeah, whatever, you do." But no, not then. I definitely didn't. And so it really is like a big deal. And over the years, we've kind of like, we lost touch a couple times, but for the most part, we have just stayed in pretty close contact. When we reconnected after a few years, it was just before my very first conference in 2014. When Kristen came to that one, I just knew like, oh my goodness, this woman, I just love her so much. And I've missed her. She's like the soul sister you freaking didn't even know that you like needed in your life. I can't wait for you guys to get to know her better. So she's going to take the next few minutes to share from her heart who she is, what she does for people, how she shows up for them. And then also she's going to give you some tips for those of you who are attending the conference so that you can get the most out of her class. So listen up, pay close attention, and I'm going to bring her on. Are you ready, Chris? I think so. Hey, girl.
Hey, how are you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Good. Well, it's so funny. We're actually just wrapping up our retreat here in Lava, Idaho.
Woo!
So we're just actually getting out of our retreat center right now. We're getting ready to head our way down to you guys, and I'm so super excited. So excited.
Awesome. This is going to be so cool. Well, go ahead. And are you ready, Ben?
I am. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
A lot of times it's so interesting because we have had so many opportunities with different conferences to get on, in front of you guys. And sorry, I'm a little bit like all over the place because I'm not set up to really do a good Facebook Live. So I hope all the movement is okay. But coming from this retreat, we've had the opportunity over the years to do different conferences and do different classes. And we always get the same thing. We always get told the same, like, it's not long enough. We need to have more time to teach and learn. And my goal is to bring people up on stage that I have never met before and work you guys through some of the processes of profiling. And so this upcoming weekend on Saturday, they actually have not just given me one spot. We actually have 2 spots coming up. And those 2 class times, I'm going to be running the same way. So you're going to come in before, you're going to get set up, and then we're going to start pulling people up on stage, and we're going to start profiling them on stage. And what we're going to do is we're going to work through a whole lot of different classes. We're going to work through a whole lot of processes, emotional processes. Sorry, we've got extra stuff going on over here. I'm a little distracted, but from this conference down here at this conference center, we're going to teach a lot of different emotional release techniques. We're going to be teaching a lot of different things to kind of help you guys keep learning and growing and doing things for yourself. So I'm going to bring people up on stage, and then I'm going to actually have you guys work on each other together, and we're going to create a really safe space. So my doors get locked every time I do a conference. It's the same thing. So most of you guys know, and I get it. I get told a lot, oh, I went to go take your class, but they have the door locked and I couldn't get in. Yeah, that is very, very real. So if you don't get there on time, I give a few minutes of leeway in the introduction for you guys to come in and get settled. But after that, I actually lock my doors and you won't be able to get back in. So that is going to be the same thing through this whole thing. So if you want to come during that lunch session, we want to help you out and we want you to be able to be a part of the class. Make sure you get there at 11 o'clock. Okay. So we're going to be in at 11 o'clock. Doors are going to start getting locked down. And then we're going to really dive into doing a lot of energy work. And we're going to actually be teaching you guys how to do the process that I would do. So whether we have loved ones that come in from the other side of the veil during that time, whether we have healing processes that we need to do. I've even had a family that ended up having a family member that had gone missing, that one of the conferences we actually got to connect and we were able to figure out different details for their case, and they went home and we were able to actually find somebody from that. So what we really want to do is if there is someone that is missing and you guys haven't been able to find them and you guys need help and you're in the audience, we want to bring you up on stage and we want to help you guys get some closure for that. If you have loved ones that have passed and you want to learn how to connect, we want to teach you that. And so we're going to have full 2 hours to go ahead and do that for you and to really teach you, okay, what do I ask next? I don't know what to say next. I don't know where to go next. I don't know how to receive the answer or the prompting or the intuition of what to do next. And so we're really going to dive into that and figuring out how you hear, how you, oh, I've got somebody starting their car in front of me. Sorry about that. So we're going to teach you guys how to do each of those things. So we want you to show up. We want you to come prepared. Know that it is going to be a safe and closed and locked down time so that you're going to be able to be a little bit more vulnerable and open. And yeah, that's pretty much the big and small of it. A lot of people ask me, okay, what modalities do you do? What do you use? And honestly, my biggest response is I use a little bit of everything. And more than anything, I use my intuition, right? And I use that prompting and that vibration and that guide, not just from my body, but from yours as well. And from the other side. And so I really, more than anything, want you guys to be able to do that. I know we had 12 total people here for the retreat in lava over the last few days. We got here on Wednesday and, well, actually I got here on Tuesday, but everybody started arriving Wednesday and they're taking off this morning and we're all getting out of here. And you guys, the amount of healing and the amount of connection and the amount of learning that happened over the last couple days was so incredible, so impressive. You know, people that felt like there was really not an option for their life or didn't understand that there could be a new perspective or a new pathway. We were able to open a lot of those things up. So that is my hope for this upcoming class. Also, so I do get a lot of times people are wanting to meet with me the days of the conference. If you're a VIP and you're going to the VIP event tonight, I will have a sign up there for you guys to get on my schedule for the next day. Everybody knows it fills up super fast. And I just want you to be aware, like, if you want to meet with me tomorrow, you need to get there early and you need to get your name on a list. And I apologize for those of you that I don't get to do that with. You know, we'll have another option for you. However, you know, get there early and get signed up in plenty of time so that you actually get to have that one-on-one time with me, because I really do love connecting with each and every one of you. So VIP sessions, sign up tonight. If you're not, get there first thing in the morning. I know 8 o'clock is when we open, and there are some amazing vendors. We will be there ready for you guys to sign up and get yourselves taken care of. So, you know, come and just enjoy, peruse, relax, get signed up, get, you know, a look around at the vendors with all of the stuff while it's, you know, out and early and ready, and it'll be awesome. You guys are going to be having an amazing day, an amazing time with a lot of healing opportunities throughout the day. So with that said, I am going to be getting on the road here in about 2-3 minutes and getting out of here. And I'm going to be on my way down to you guys down in Layton. So yeah, if there is any questions, I'm not really sure. I can't see my chat because I'm on my phone.
Yeah, you're totally fine. When you're on the phone, it's a little bit more difficult. I want to ask you
totally
really
is. And I've got people literally, I'm like, oh my heck, like I'm never this scattered, but well, we're just like leaving this retreat and heading to you guys, just bam, 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 bam.
So I do have a couple of questions. If somebody does want to book a session with you for after the conference, let's say they're not coming to the conference, because we have people that are from all over that are tuning in right now. How do they do that? How do they connect with you? How do they like line that up?
Yeah. So if you want to do, if you just want to do a session, you want to connect with me, you go to KristenHicks.com and you go book now, and then you'll see there's different options there, and you can definitely, they're all self-explanatory. There's some that are prepaid. If you do come to the conference, there's some that are not, and you just book your appointment there. The links are all set up and they're golden. They're good for you guys to use and get in touch with us there. If not, you can send an email or a text message for the number that's on the website, and we will get back with you as quickly as we possibly can.
That's awesome. Okay, so I put her website up on the screen so that everybody can see it before she jumps in the car to head to the conference. Does anybody have any questions for her? Are you wondering specifically like what kind of things she covers? Tell me a little bit about any questions that you might have.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, the things that we're going to cover everything from the very, very basic and just setting a very short, brief foundation, because I'd like people to understand energy the way I feel it and the way I see it. And a lot of times that helps bridge the gap for people that don't always understand why they feel or see or hear the way that they do. And so we'll cover that, and then we're going to cover hearing or seeing or the knowing or the feeling or the smelling, all of the different clairs. We're going to go through all of those different gifts. And then we're going to actually just dive into actually doing the work. So last conference in Pocatello, it was super awesome because we got to bring some people up on stage and we were able to do some energy work. And some of the people that had never even felt energy could feel it as we, the audience and the class as a whole, were able to send so much different energy, and we were able to work together. It was such a cool experience, because time after time when people leave the class, they come up to me afterwards and they're just like, I just feel lighter after being in there. I just feel healthier. I feel like I'm on a whole different level. And it really is so true, because we go through and we're going to do a big power wash. We're going to do a big clearing for you before we actually engage in energy work on each other. And so we get to go through that process. You get to have that clearing. You get to have that energy work done by me for you during that class. And so, and you get to learn how I do it, which is different than pretty much everybody else, which is fine. It's just what I have found works for me. And we all will have that gift. Every modality has a draw, a pull to it that we resonate with. And different seasons, different times, different modalities, different people, it all works together and comes together in really great ways. So I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I have a few questions coming in. Rachel says, how are we supposed to attend all of these amazing trainings at the same time? Girl, I hear you. That's exactly why people get the audio recordings, because then they can listen to them later. So I totally hear you. It's one of the perks of having the VIP tickets as well. But yes, absolutely. I hear you. Let's see.
It's real. There is some amazing speakers that I want to listen to. And I'm like, I'm booked all day. So I definitely get the audio recordings because it's the best way to listen and listen and listen. And I want to encourage you and give you a reason for it. So a lot of times we will listen to something and it'll come in and all of a sudden it'll squirrel a thought and it'll go, oh yeah, okay. And the recording will keep going, but our thought comes up, right? And then we take the thought across and then we come back down and we're back into the recording, but we've missed that blip when we come out and we're in our thought process and we come back down to the recording. And so it actually allows us to listen over and over and over again. And we will hear, when we listen so many different times, we will hear what we missed in that little thought blip. We will hear something new every time. So I will listen to the recordings 50, 100, 150 times over again. I will listen to them when I'm driving because I will pick something new up. So I pick what I want to focus on for the week. And I listen to the things that really drive me to that, right? Because what you focus on grows. So you pick a subject and then you listen to the same thing over and over again because you get to pick things up that you never would have before, if that makes sense.
True. It's true. It's the reason why I listen to audiobooks over and over and over as well. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, we will let you go so that you can have your time to travel. But thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you very much.
I love you guys. I'm so excited to see you guys. If I didn't get to get you up on stage before, come to the class so I can do my best to get you guys up. I'm going to get as many people up in those 2 hours as I can possibly get up. So we're just going to do this and we're going to rock it out and it's going to be so much fun. And we're going to party. Oh my gosh, we're going to party. I've been 2 days of partying here at this hot springs and doing this retreat. We're going to carry the energy right down to the conference and it's going to be awesome.
That is awesome. All right. Love you, my friend.
I love you. I will see you soon.
Okay. Sounds good. See you then. That is so awesome. She's so much fun. Oh, love her. Okay. So if you're watching right now and you do not have your tickets, I'm going to do another giveaway for the next till 12:30 to go ahead and do these. We do have our next speaker that's going to be joining us here in just a moment. And in the meantime, if you would like to get a ticket, these are the in-person conference tickets in Layton, Utah at the Davis Conference Center. If you would like to come, what you do is you share this video and then you comment with a C in the comments and then watch for a message in your Facebook Messenger inbox from my team because we're sending you a link so that you can claim those tickets. So for the next few minutes here, if you would like a ticket, go ahead and do that. If you would like a virtual ticket, you're going to be doing the same thing, but you're going to be sharing this video and then commenting with the letter V. And I know we've looked and there's some of you who've actually gotten tickets, but you haven't claimed them yet. So what you want to do is look for our message in your messenger inbox to make sure that you get those. And so that's all you do. We try to make it super affordable, and we're grateful for our speakers and our sponsors who put this together so that we can do these generous scholarships. So again, if you would like an in-person ticket, you share this video and then go ahead and comment with a C. And if you'd like a virtual ticket, you share this video and then comment down below with a V so that we know which link we're sending you to get you hooked up. I did have a few questions about the virtual tickets, and this is basically how it goes. The virtual tickets, you're getting the main stage speakers. That's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. classes literally all day, and you'll have access to those for 1 week. It doesn't include all of the classes. It was just too much for us last time. And we thought we might go insane trying to accommodate so many different classes at once. So this time it is literally just the virtual classes are just the main stage speakers. So let me tell you who is included in the main stage speakers, okay? And then we're going to bring on our next speaker, who is Benjamin King, founder from the Blue Petal Foundation. So our speakers are, I'm going to be doing some welcoming and some giveaways starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. 9 a.m. we've got Trevor Dimick teaching about eliminating ADHD and dyslexia in 8 hours. Shelley Jo is going to be talking about, well, she just covered all that, so I'll go ahead and go on. I'll be doing my class called What is Energy Healing? Dr. Lindy Jones will be speaking on biological dentistry, secrets to cavity-free kids, and more. Marta de Berard will be talking about light therapy. Her class is called Feed Your Body Light. My next class at 2 o'clock is called Develop Your Intuitive Skill Set. And then Midge Woods, along with Dr. John Harmon, is going to be speaking on Live Long, Live Strong, and Live Well. And that is on frequency medicine. Roseanne Marsh is going to be speaking to the topic of what's your numbing specialty. And she's literally going to be speaking to parents of youth or to the youth directly. Same thing with Aubrey Taylor. She's another teen speaker and so much fun. We've had her on here as spotlight speaker before, but her class is called Getting Your Teen Out of Their Room and Into Life. And then our bonus speaker for the wonderful rest of the day is Angie Christensen. Her class will go from 6 to 8 p.m. She's going to be teaching about homeopathy, which is subtle energy medicine. And I mean, you can get homeopathy pretty much at any health food store that you go to, but how to use it. That's what Angie's going to be doing, is the how to. Okay. So I'm super excited for that. Let's go ahead and bring on our next speaker. This is the amazing Benjamin King. Those of you who are asking about the audio recordings, we'll put a link for you so that you can get in on that. All right. Awesome. How are you?
Hi, Tammy.
How are you doing?
I am well today and excited to be here with you. Thank you very much.
Awesome. I'm so glad to have you on as well. So tell us about what you've got going on. You're doing stuff for the VIPs tonight. Then you're going to be doing a lecture, a class, and then you're also going to be doing a hands-on interactive for anyone who would like to join us. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, I've never been this involved in the Energy Healing Conference before, and so I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a new experience for me in a lot of ways, because I'm going to start tying in the practice that I do, which is called Chinese energetic medicine or medical qigong, in much more practical ways in our lives, in our healing, and how that influences our experience of wealth and being wealthy and what that truly means. And so I've decided to explore a different direction with what I'm doing. But before I get into that, Tammy, I wonder if I can do a little activity, because I have something that I would like to give away right up front. And that is something that is of tremendous wealth, since I'm going to be talking about the wealth of the true state, the true nature. And so I have, Blue Petal Foundation has a relationship with another organization that creates what is called gold backs. So this is actual gold. This is 1/1000th of a troy ounce of 24 karat gold. And so I am going to text you a number, and all 37 people who are watching right now, what I'd like you to do is comment down below the day of your birth. And so whoever's number is closest to the day of your birth, I'm going to send you a gold back. This is one way that I want to start off by giving. And I'll explain why that's one of the most important principles of experiencing the true nature, giving, and the true self. So we have already some people responding. And when we get, I'll give about another minute, maybe 2 minutes to get all of those comments. And you're going to comment with the day of your birth. And I just texted a number to you, Tammy. So hopefully that came through on your end, and you can announce what that number is. And then we can pick our winner of whoever's closest to that number. So I would like also anybody to comment who is familiar with Qigong. That's spelled a number of different ways, Qigong or Chigung. And if you have, just give a little indicator right there. But what Qigong is an ancient Chinese mind-body practice. So what does healing, okay, let me pose it like this. What if I were to tell you that your current state of wealth, how you experience wealth, and all the ways that you experience wealth and the potential for extraordinary wealth has to do with your healing? And one of the key takeaways that I hope that you'll get from just this brief time that we have together in this Facebook Live and in the presentation that I'll be sharing tonight for the VIP group and for the class tomorrow is, what is the true self? And how do you know if you are in alignment with who you really are? And what that does to create not only health and wellness, but abundance and the state of wealth, the alignment of wealth, and how a mind-body practice of moving your body in a certain way and using breathing techniques and training your imagination, your consciousness has to do with this. One of the doctors that has been very influential in my life is a doctor named Gabor Mate. And he is an expert in addictions, and he talks about trauma. He's the one that has taught me that what is happening within you is a result of what has happened to you. And most of the problems and the self-limiting beliefs that we deal with in our lives that influence our relationships with others and a relationship with money, in particular, because we place a lot of value, we put a lot of power in money, has to do with childhood traumas, typically before the age of 5. And so he identified that even though we've gone through experiences that cause trauma, such as a parent's divorce or abuse or anything like this, those were certainly traumatic events. But the trauma is what happened within us. It's what happened within us that we experienced the trauma. Now, what did he mean by that? Well, that makes a lot of sense to me because of the years that I've had just in training in this mind-body practice, this holistic healing practice. There is a disconnect that we experience from ourselves. There's a disconnect from our own body, and there's certainly a disconnect from others. And we learn to live within several layers that are energetically held in place that are used for survival or defense mechanisms. And the process of healing is returning and reconnecting with that true self, of knowing who we really are. And that can be quite an enlightening experience, as well as unsettling because of how much we have formed an identity around acquired masks. So here's the point that I'm making, and the main thrust of the presentations that I'll be making at the conference, both tonight and tomorrow. And that is, we are on a quest in this life to reconnect with who we truly are. This is the eternal aspect of what the Chinese call the Shen Xian. This is the eternal soul, where there is only light that exists. But because of the traumatic experiences that we've gone through and the trauma of how we were wounded, and that's what the word trauma means. Trauma means wound. it caused a disconnect. And ever since then, we've been striving in what is called the acquired state through the development of the acquired mind, or the acquired heart mind. And that is what governs our entire perception of the world. And our perception is our reality. So we don't respond to things, what happens, how things happen. We respond to our perception of them. And we can work to clear our perceptions. We can work to remove all of the filters that influence our reality and our perception by integrating body, mind, and spirit together. Because, as one of my teachers used to say, the issues are in the tissues. And so when we learn how to move the body, when we learn how to awaken the body, open the body, where a lot of the energies are suppressed and stuck and form stagnations, we are helping to clear out and to purge some of the deep-seated intentions, deep-seated stress. And that has a healing and cleansing effect on the mind. So we learn to use our consciousness and our breath work in order to bring ourselves back into this alignment and full integration, and enjoy the flow of the life force, what the Chinese called the qi. So I'm going to just take a look over all of our submitted numbers. Okay, this is awesome. And I don't, Tammy, are you there? Did you get the text message that I sent through? Because I want to be able to.
You want to validate that you got the right number?
Yeah, identify. I don't see any. I don't see anybody who actually submitted the number.
I don't see it either. Who has not put their birthday in that is supposed to win this? You don't have to put your complete birthday, like month, year, and everything. Just put the day. Like mine.
Yeah, just the day.
My birthday is August 13th, so I would just put 13 as my number. But that's not the winning number. You guys got to put the right number down, right? So somebody's birthday has just not been put in yet. So if you haven't put your number in yet, you still have a chance to win. Go ahead and put your number, what day of the week. So somebody is missing out here. And I think somebody just got it. Ben, did you see that?
I'm looking.
I don't want to.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Tracy, what's the number, Tammy?
The number is 2.
Okay, Tracy Nichols Hawks, congratulations. This is what I need you to do. I just need you to send me your address. That's all I need. So if you can message me personally, or you can go to Blue Petal Foundation and just send the address. And I'm going to email you, or not email you. I will mail you this gold back. And
I was like, you're good, but I don't know how you're going to email it.
We'll do another one of these. This was just an idea to,
That was so fun. That was really good. So you guys that are on my channel, let's send her some major, awesome congratulations and love. That was so cool. Send her some emojis. Boom, 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 boom. That's how we do it around here.
So, what I'd like to do is to respond to any questions now, because I don't know how familiar our audience right now is with Qigong, and how this is, first of all, the world's oldest and most comprehensive energetic medicine. This has a written recorded history that is over 4,000 years old. And there are 2 ways of experiencing the benefits of what is called medical Qigong, or Chinese energetic medicine. One is through just learning the mind-body practice aspect of it, of moving your body in a certain way, of breathing and training your consciousness. The Arizona campus of the Mayo Clinic has taught Tai Chi and Qigong classes, and a lot of other integrative medicine hospitals and clinics throughout the country are doing more to incorporate these ancient Asian practices because of their healing effectiveness. So some of the things that I'll be teaching and demonstrating, I guess with you, Tammy, tomorrow in your class are some very basic movements and exercises. But another way of experiencing the benefits of Chinese energetic medicine is in clinical therapy. So this is where, and this is what we're most familiar with energy healing. And that's where you go to a practitioner or a healer, and they have been trained and given the tools and the diagnostic ability of helping you find the root causes. And it's not just the emotional part. Okay, this is going down to identify where it is in consciousness, where it is in your thoughts, where it is in your beliefs, because the consciousness is what's going to influence the emotional level, and the emotional and conscious level is what's going to affect the tissues, the physiological level. So just laying on a massage table and having a Chinese energetic or medical Qigong practitioner learn how to shift your entire energetic grid and identify where there are stagnations in the body, to open those up and to bring a balance, to restore the balance. Because in a Chinese energetic medicine perspective, all health related issues, all illness and diseases, as well as psycho-emotional problems and challenges are fundamentally rooted down to an imbalance where the life force is not flowing. And there's either too much, there's an excessiveness, or there's too little, there's a deficiency, or there's a stagnation of the life force. And so as a trained practitioner, you learn how to open that in yourself as well as in other people, clients that you treat. And this is what they used to practice in the university programs in China and the government hospitals. This was the healthcare system of China. And I will just tell you from experience and from insight that I've gained from many powerful Qigong masters and doctors and teachers, this is a very, very potent medicine. And what I teach here in Utah is a program to help individuals get started and to become certified practitioners. There's not a lot of programs in the country and places where you can go and train. And I like to pride myself and the team that I work with on providing some of the best Qigong instruction here in the country, working directly under and with Dr. Jerry Allen Johnson, who's the Grand Master of medical Qigong. He's considered the father of medical Qigong to the Western world. So, having said that, I'd love to open it up for any questions. And I'm going to refer to my other device here to see what's being chatted about. Explain from scratch. Okay. There are three, as some of the questions are coming in, I'm just going to pay attention to it. There are three specific experiences, negative experiences, that tend to cause us to disconnect. Going back to what I was saying earlier, to disconnect from ourselves. And these are commonly experienced at a very, very young age. This deals with rejection, betrayal, and abandonment. Now, if I was sitting in a room with everybody who's listening right now, I'd ask you to please raise your hand if you've ever experienced being rejected, okay? And I'm sure most, if not all, would raise their hands. Raise your hand if you have ever experienced abandonment, especially with somebody that you relied on and that you had attachment to, a sense of security with, but there was an abandonment there. And or experience of being betrayed and the betrayal. So you probably recalled circumstances in your life that you could recall. Now, what about the ones that you can't recall? What about the ones that happened again, at an early stage. And those are the incidents that were more impactful at the developmental stage, that shaped the way that you perceive the world and your relationship with yourself, and caused the formation of certain limiting beliefs that are negative in nature. Those are the ones that we're looking for, that we want to experience the deep healing in. And so the nature of the work that I do with medical Qigong, Chinese energetic medicine, is deep healing and transformation. It's learning how to access where the energy is that have manifested from those previous traumas in the body, in the mind, and the way that we can work the breath to be able to access those deep-seated thought forms and intentions and stress, and be able to go through what is called the energetic unwinding. And it's transformative in nature. And we could experience a series of what I call deaths and rebirths, all in the effort of reconnecting with who we truly are, which is vibrant and radiant and abundant in nature, because we are multidimensional beings. We are eternal in nature. There's an aspect of us that we can reconnect with that is eternal in nature. And that is a source of pure light. It's pure divine light. And in that space, we rely less and less on any external force and become more and more inwardly connected and confident with the internal source. And so all of this becomes realized through some of the most simplest means. And this is what got me the most when I was first introduced to this practice. What I've said many times is I'm a big guy, and I have a background of sports and doing big things, being in working with big people, big business, and the corporate influences. But I have never experienced the kind of impactful shifts and transformations from doing something that is so subtle, so simple, as just moving your body in particular ways, controlling, or actually not controlling. It's the opposite. It's freeing, releasing the breath, and learning how to free the mind, and learning how to awaken your spirit within you. So transformation doesn't require more of anything. It requires less. Some of the greatest breakthroughs that you'll make come from letting go, and from yielding, and from releasing any sense of control, growing and increasing in awareness, and realizing that you don't need or to control, and you have no need for approval of other people. You have no need for that gripping of what used to give you a sense of security, again, such as money. So I'll be addressing these things in more depth tomorrow, a little bit tonight and tomorrow, wanting to try to change the paradigm about what wealth is and how we experience it, and the ways that we can generate what I call an energy economy within ourselves and around us. Now, I'm very excited about talking about what an energy economy is, and how it is the most powerful and sustainable form of economy that can be experienced on the personal level, within a family, within a community, within society, within the world, is this energy economy. So I hope I provided something of value to you, and I'm going to check back over some of the questions. But I want to stay in touch with you, Tammy, because I know we're on a time limit. How can we sign up for sessions and how to learn? Okay, and then thank you for your question, Kathy. So if you cannot remember your youth, can you heal that? let me start by addressing the model that I'm using here in the foundation. If you go to the website right now, what you'll find are services that are provided and trainings and classes that are offered, and none of it is with a dollar sign. So I really mean what I say when I'm talking about an energy economy of a very different kind of exchange. Now, money still plays a part because of the kind of the world that we still live in, but I am looking to draw people in to be involved with Blue Petal Foundation who are seeking, first of all, their deep healing and their transformation. That is the first commitment that I ask people to make. Blue Petal Foundation is a 501c3 charity. It's a membership-based organization, so I'm looking for people to join. The first commitment that you make is to yourself. Will you go through? Will you confront what they used to say in the Chinese hospitals? Will you stop running and face the paper tigers? The deep-seated fears that are keeping you from experiencing a greater fullness of happiness, of joy, abundance, and wealth. If you can make and keep that commitment, you're going to make breakthroughs unlike anything you've ever had before in your life from very simple means. And you're going to be joining a community of people who seek and value the same things, and they're going to be there to support you. So the second commitment that we'll ask you is, can you support the foundation? Can you do fundraisers? Can you do contributions? And so that's what helps the program to operate. But the nature of the work that I'm doing and the team that I have that we're doing and our current members, and right now they're sitting in a certification training right now. I had to step out so I could do this and make some preparations for the conference. But I love working with groups of people who are fearless in nature and are willing to be authentic and genuine and confront some of the deeper things that has been holding them back from making the deeper connection within themselves, experiencing their true nature, their divine center, and aligning with that, and then participating and connecting with a community of people who are going through the same experience. So there is an interview process. It's very simple, it's brief, and we do it online. But anybody who would like to become a member, I think, Tammy, you shared the link. You can go and request membership. I would just ask you to please review over the questions to make sure that you're ready and prepared to participate in a program like this. But those who keep the commitments and complete the program do become certified practitioners. And you do get to benefit from a very real lineage of what gets passed on that is very ancient in origin. And so, but you join a very loving and caring, compassionate community, and we're there to support you. And we want to help you if you choose to make this a profession. This is a wonderful profession. And you can participate in teaching in, again, the world's oldest energetic medicine modality. So I feel bad that I asked for questions, and I'm probably not doing a very good job of responding to them here. Do I do anything in Southern Utah? I will be, because there is a growing presence down there. And so, in fact, I just made this connection with Dr. Brad Nelson at the last Energy Healing Conference, and he asked if I could come down because he told me that he's always been interested in learning about Qigong. And so he asked if I would come down there, and I said, yeah, I'm willing. But we need to reconnect with that.
Well, I'll send a group text to both of you then.
Yeah.
You're both my buddies, so we'll get you guys hooked up for that. Southern Utah, we have actually been looking for venues that can accommodate our size. So I would love to bring Ben down to you guys as well. But we have not been able to find a location just yet. So yeah, that'll be good. But yes, Kathy, where are you? I've been to your studio before. I freaking love it. I took my whole family to Ben, and Ben taught my kids how to put out a flame just using energy. It was the freaking coolest thing ever. They all think that he's the fireman. That's how they know Ben Ben.
The
He's a
firebender.
Blue Petal Foundation. He's got like such a much more of a softer energy, and they know him as the fireman, you know. It's kind of funny. But yeah, if you guys have any contact for me at Dixie State, let me know. But Dixie Convention Center, no, they have nothing available until August, Sarah. So I don't want to wait that long. I would like to come in the spring. So who wants to go to St. George in August? I mean, it's too hot. So anyway, yeah, let me know. But yes, Ben, thank you so much for being on today. Does anybody else have any other questions? Kathy's saying, where are you located? Can you tell a little bit about that?
Alpine, Utah is where we're based right now, but we're looking to grow and to develop little communities
Cool.
Who will understand these basic core principles of and the practice of Qigong, because one of the beautiful things about Qigong is that you don't need anything. You don't need any instruments or devices or anything external of you. You just need your body, your breath, and your own imagination. And when you can learn to cultivate those and bring all of those integrated together in one, you will experience some very deep and profound healing. Now, it does take a teacher who can help you find that alignment within yourself, doing it physically as well as energetically and spiritually. But then once you get started on the path, we help you become empowered and equipped with everything that you're needing at the practitioner level. And then we want to set you free. We want to help you learn how to create your own energy economy. And that involves an exchange. There's an actual transformative exchange of energy and power. And this is what it comes down to. Just reflect back on a time when somebody did something for you that you couldn't do for yourself. Remember how that made you feel. Remember how transformative it was. You remember how it caused a swelling and such a gratitude and a love. Now remember when you did something for somebody else that they couldn't do for themselves, and the kind of feeling that generated. So what we're learning to do is to connect to that feeling, and that feeling brings you into a state. And we're practicing in being in that state in an ongoing basis. And that becomes your new life, your new reality. Because all of the underlying fears, self-hatred and shame, insecurities, we work through all of those on all levels, and it melts out of the tissues of the body because that's where they reside. And it does involve the organs, and you learn how to heal yourself from the inside out, but it's transformative in the way that you experience your reality because all of your perceptions shift. You go through an energetic shift, and the ego, the acquired, dies, and you've worked through the acquired nature, and you return to who you really are, who you've been all along, but you haven't been connected to it because of what happened in childhood. This is true of all of us. So I don't remember exactly what question I was answering with that, but there you go.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, I know you got to get back into where you are doing some certifications right now, and then of course traveling to the conference as well. So I look forward to seeing you tonight and then also tomorrow for the conference. I did want to add that we have one more thing that Ben is going to be doing that he's never done before. And in addition to his regular lecture that he will be offering about Qigong, he will also be doing some hands-on in a wide open space at the actual conference. And that is, do we have it scheduled for 2 p.m.? I believe that's correct.
2 p.m. is what Kathy just told me. So yes.
Yes. So what we'll be doing is we'll be letting everybody know at the conference, but we also want to make sure that you guys are aware of that too. That's an added bonus that's going to be happening. So if you'd like to come and work with him in that atmosphere in person, that's a really unique opportunity. He's never been able to do that before, but he'll be leading you through some Qigong activities and movements and flow. And I know I'm saying it all wrong. He's like, what is she saying?
You're doing a better job than I did right now. So you're doing great, Tammy.
Okay, awesome. Well, I look forward to having that experience and hearing from people that are in the class, and we'll see if we can get more of those type of experiences as well, that experiential learning, and so that people can, really like have that. My daughter did a medical qigong appointment, and she cried through the entire thing, and has felt so much better ever since. So I know that this works. And I've had so many people tell me, you got Ben King? I'm like, I know, right? Like anybody who like just gets to know you, you're such a giant. And I'm so thankful for you.
Thank you, Tammy. You're very generous to me right now.
Well,
thank you for the opportunity to be on here. And thank you for everybody who's tuned in and listened and watched. And I apologize that I didn't get to all of your questions, but I promise you that if you come and you listen, even just virtually, I will address those and answer anything that you have.
It's very cool. All right. Well, thank you again for being here, and we'll see you at the conference. All right, you guys, I am so excited. I have had some people asking me for the link for the audio recordings. I am going to be putting that up on our Facebook page so that you can see that. And we'll also add that to the website. For those of you who just want to go ahead and jump in to the audio specifically and have access to all of those classes for the conference, there's about 40 different speakers. So it's pretty exciting to be able to have access to all of those. But please, if you don't have a virtual ticket, go check that out at our website, which is energyhealingconference.com. If you have not got a ticket and you would like to attend in person, please send me a private message. We'll be happy to hook you up. And then we'll talk to you next Friday. I'll be here with our Black Friday early specials. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see you guys then. Thanks so much.